له المقام الأوحد أنا لها له مقالة ونفسي ثم نفسي كل الأنبياء تقول سل يا محمد ما بدا لك فمن قبل المسألة أجاب المسؤول. فاللهم صل وسلم وزد وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وكل من اتبع أثره واتبع هداه. اللهم آمين. I begin with reminding myself and all of you with the taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. O you believe, practice the taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as He deserves and do not die except on the state of Islam. My dear brothers and listening sisters, I didn't choose the topic of today random because I couldn't find any other topic. Rather, it is a huge problem. The only way we solve it, that we have to address it. If a diseased person doesn't admit that he's sick, he will never seek cure. This problem is us forgetting who we are and where we belong. A Muslim scholar, she did an experiment called Muslim doll experiment to capture the portrayal of Islam and Muslims. She has a group of children. She did that experiment. 1 out of 3 children, they didn't want to tell others that they are Muslims. 33.3%. Can you imagine? 1 out of 2 children, they don't know whether he could be a Muslim or American at the same time. 1 out of 6 children, that means 17%, they pretended not to be Muslim. وَلَا حَوْلَ وَلَا قُوَّةَ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. If we ask our parents what type of life that you're living, they will say wake up in the morning, go to work, come back, eat something, relax, go to sleep, the next day same cycle. Our children, if we ask them what type of life that you're living, they are in their own world. Wake up in the morning, go to school, come back, eat something, do the school homework, play games, Angry Birds till the bed gets angry, sleep, the next day same cycle. If we ask our youth, what type of life that you're living? Wake up in the morning, go to college or work, come back, hit the gym, then come back, eat something, relax, play some sports, the next day same cycle. I ask you by the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if this type of life that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks you or commanded from you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, أَفَحَسِبَتُمْ أَنَّمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ عَبَثًا وَأَنَّكُمْ إِلَيْنَا لَا تُرْجَعُونَ. Do you think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created you just to amuse yourself and play and that's it? فَتَعَالَى اللَّهُ الْمَلِكُ الْحَقِّ. Allah is pure from doing something like that. Allah is pure from doing something like that. The school is for you. Job is for you. Relaxation is for you. Gym is for you. Eating is for you. Drinking is for you. Games are for you. Sports are for you. What are you doing for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? What are you doing for the sake of our deen? What are you doing for the sake of our community? What are you doing to maintain your Islamic identity? Nothing. Then we cry in the state of our ummah. Then we cry in the state of our youth. Then we cry in the state of our children. Then we cry in the state of our deen. But we relax it. Always you have to think about your Islamic identity. Give preference to your religion. All the time. Your idea on the day of judgment will be your religion. Whether you accept it or not, Islam will be the only religion that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts on the day of judgment. This problem of identity crisis that we have, because we are not convinced of our deen, we are not proud of our deen, we are not proud of what Islam gave us, we are not proud of what Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam gave us. Why? Because we're scared to be blamed by people. Just think about it. Which one is better? People will talk about you, blaspheme you, denigrate you while you are on the straight path, or talk about you if you are in the falsehood. Because no matter what in this dunya, people, they have something to say about you. We have lost our identity. We don't know who we are. Who am I? This question has been already answered for the most part. Because you and I are a byproduct of the inculcations of our parents, our schools, our families, our communities, our friends. And anything entered to us through our eyes, our ears. So your identity has been established since we were born. Your identity has been taken away from you. They degraded you. They conquered you psychologically. Once you conquered psychologically, you're no more. It becomes disaster. Muslims today, they're changing their names. It's changing their walk, it's changing their talk, it's changing their hairstyles, it's changing their lifestyles. Embarrassed of their religion, embarrassed of their culture, embarrassed of their deen, embarrassed of their names. But their false conviction directs that game that this is a source of humiliation. Once we lose that sense of belonging, we lose who we are. And all of this strongly proves that you are conquered. You have been conquered psychologically. We don't know who we are. We just want to justify our Islam. We don't have to justify our Islam to anyone. Our youth, our parents, we just want to prove to the American people that you are American and more American than you. It doesn't work this way. And this is done systematically. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there is an ayah in the Quran, I believe all of us must learn it, must memorize it, must internalize it, and must ponder over it. Allah said, وَلَا يَزَالُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا فِي مِرْيَةٍ مِّنْهُ. The non-believers will remain in doubt of that religion. They will continue to degrade your identity. Till what, Ya Allah? حَتَّى تَأْتِيَهُمُ السَّاعَةُ بَغْتَةً. Till the day of judgment. أَوْ يَأْتِيَهُمْ عَذَابُ يَوْمٍ عَقِيمٍ. Or severe punishment comes to them. I met one of the brothers. He had an interview here with one of the hospitals. Then he came to the masjid, and then I asked him, like we were talking, what's your name? He said, yeah, my name is Mo. I said, okay, this sounds familiar. He said, yeah, my name is Muhammad from Morocco. I said, mashallah. Now we have Mo from everywhere. Mo from Egypt, Mo from India, Mo from Pakistan. As I said, this is the source of humiliation according to their false conviction. the solutions. What can we do to revive our identity? Number one, the most important factor, everything starts at home. The relationship between you and your kids. It is not the school that they go to. It's not the house, how big the house is. It's not their friends, who their friends are. It's the relationship between you and your kids. If the routine of the house evolves around Islam, then they will understand that Islam is the way of life. If the routine of the house evolves around prayer, they will understand their identity, that they are Muslims. Give them special prayer mat. Give them special clothes for prayer. Special room for prayer. Make schedule for adhan and prayer time. If you are not going to pray here in the masjid, to pray here in the masjid, then everyone should participate. Make it as a family activity. Then you build that bond in the house. First 10 years of their life, it will cost you a lot. First 10 years of their life, it will cost you a lot. Because at the age of 10, the significant part of their understanding, who are they, it starts. The self-concept has been established. It is like a tree. If the root of that tree well established, the tree is not going to move here or there. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that in the Quran. وَمَثَلُ كَلِمَةٍ طَيِّبَةٍ كَشَجَرَةٍ طَيِّبَةٍ أَصْلُهَا ثَابِتٌ وَفَرْعُهَا فِي السَّمَاءِ. So once the hurricane comes at high school or college, these kids will be protected, inshallah. But on the other hand, if you didn't do your job, your part at home, what will happen? If the tree has shallow roots, so anything will move it, here and there. You will be affected with anything or anyone. وَمَثَلُ كَلِمَةٍ خَبِيثَةٍ كشجرة خبيثة اجتثت من فوق الأرض ما لها من قرار. Ask yourself this question as a parent. Do we have something good to give it to our children? You answer yourself. Think about it. Do we have something good to give it to our children? If you don't, you'll be in trouble. Why? Because فَاقِدُ الشَّيْءِ لَا يُعْطِيهِ. The owner of nothing gives what? Gives nothing. If you didn't plan for them, they say what? If you fail to plan, so you're planning to fail. If you didn't set the stage inside the house, he will blindfold himself later on. Then you will find yourself you cannot control them anymore. They will turn you as a TV, and they are the remote control. Why? Well, this is nature. من شب على شيء شاب عليه. If he starts his life with something, he will grow on and on and on. Prophet Dawood alayhi salam used to say part of his dua, اللهم إني أعوذ بك من ولد يكون علي سيدا. Oh Allah, please protect me from a child tends to be my master. If a child tends to be his father, the master of his father, is going to be a monster. Imam al-Ghazali, he said in this, regarding this issue, your child is amana. إن الصبي أمانة عند والديه. Listen to this, pay attention. فإن عود الخير, if he starts his life with something good, then you'll be successful. Both of you, this life and the hereafter. If you pray in front of him, he will come you and pray with you. If you take him to the masjid, later on, you will come to the masjid alone. If you take him to the movie theater, he will go with you. If you're watching the TV 24/7, you will watch with him. On the other hand, فَإِنْ عُوِّدَ الشَّرَّ, if he starts his life with doing evil, and you neglected your child, you didn't do your part at the first 10 years, both of you will held accountable for that. Both of you will be responsible for that. But the Prophet ﷺ said what? كلكم راع وكلكم مسؤول عن رعيته. All of you are responsible. All of you are custodians. And you will be asked about your custody. It is so important to set the stage up in the house. If you didn't practice boxing outside the ring, if they put you inside the ring with Mike Tyson, you are in trouble. Umar radiallahu anhu used to say what? لا أحب أن أرى أحدكم سبهللا. I don't like to see any one of you purposeless, with no purpose in his life. And that's why the non-believers, they are prospering in this life, in the dunya. Because they take in the advices from us as Muslims, they apply it for themselves. And we just want to imitate them in all nonsense things. Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the US, look how he planned for himself. He used to spend 15 hours a day out of 24 hours in his library. He did the same thing to his daughter. He told her, hey, listen, from this time to this time you have to do that. From this time to this time you have to do this. He planned for her, and he told her at the end of the day, write me a letter. How about your feeling on that day? What you did? They set their future up. James Madison, the fourth president of the US, his quote is what? Knowledge governs ignorance. Look how they set their future up, and we are relaxing. One will say, Sheikh, hey, listen, I did everything possible, but still my children are not guided yet. Do your job first. Do your part, and don't worry about the result. This is your responsibility to make a lot of dua, to do your best to guide your children. Umar radiallahu anhu used to make a lot of dua and books to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he said, this is my responsibility. لا أحمل هم الدعاء. It's not a big deal. To making dua is not a big deal. ولكن what? أحمل هم الإجابة. The responsibility of answering the dua is not in my hand. It's between the hand of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Al-Fudayl ibn Iyad, one of the great followers, he was so righteous. He has a kid, his name is Ali. He did everything possible to raise him up, and he never listened to him. He said what? دعوت الله 3 سنين. I make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala how many years? 3 years. يا ربي إني اجتهدت أن أؤدب عليا فلم أستطع. Oh Allah, I did my best to raise Ali up. I couldn't do it. فأدبه أنت لي. Oh Allah, I seek your help. Raise him up for me. Discipline him for me. What are the consequences for that? He was more righteous than his father. After how many years? 3 years. Check yourself. How many times you make dua for your children? Ramadan, one night in Ramadan, and that's it, with the Imam and Khalas, and then you give up. So do your part and don't worry about the result. Also check your sincerity. Are you really sincere? Imam Ibn Taymiyyah said what? لو علم الله الصدق من عبده لأعانه عليه. If Allah knows that you are sincere, you really want to guide your children, He will help you. If not, you will be left alone without the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And without the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you can't go anywhere. Second solution, respect your role model, the companions, the prophets, your dad, the sheikh, the imam, whatever. Someone that you look up to. Because we totally forgot about these people. If we ask the youth who are here today, there are Allah, mashallah, many youth. Who's your role model? Someone that you look up to? They say, yeah, Sheikh, I'm interested in Steve Jobs. Okay, what else? Who else? Yeah, Sheikh, I got you. LeBron James. Okay, who else? Yeah, Sheikh, this is the last one. Stephen Curry. MashaAllah. Are we really allowing these people to shape the identity of our children? There's one kid in Germany. His parents used to tell him stories about the companions every night on daily basis. One day, the father received a call from school. If we receive a call from school, then the kid is in trouble. Hey, I'm the teacher of your child. I asked him today what you want to be in the future, once you grow up. And he said something I never heard before. He said, I want to be a Sahaba. So I'm calling you to understand what is happening. What is this? Look to the impact of the parents. And instead of letting the TV and Disney raise them up because we are tired of playing with them, look to the impact of the parents. The third solution, always live close to the masjid. The masjid is the symbol of Islam, the heart of the community. Take part of Islamic of the masjid classes. Take part of public lectures. Be an active member of the community. Establish your foundation in the community, in the masjid. If you did that, you will be able to establish your foundation outside the masjid too. One day the Prophet ﷺ was preparing for one of the ghazawat, and there's no money, there's no fund. Uthman radiallahu anhu told the Prophet, hold on, Messenger of Allah, I'm coming back, give me 1 minute. This is a reference. That gives you indication of what? He living close to the masjid. He doesn't have to drive 40 minutes to come to the masjid. If he come tired after work, oh, masjid is so far, I'm not going to drive in this cold weather, such and such and this and that, and excuse. Uthman went home and came back to the Prophet with money. The Prophet still is not enough. He said, hold on, O Messenger of Allah, I'm coming back. Living close to the masjid. Because the masjid is the heart of the community. But look to our situation these days. We have abandoned the masajid. We are not here at all. I ask you, if the Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is still alive, how often you will see him? if he's teaching the masjid, Jum'ah, Friday prayer, and he will tell him, oh mashallah, I'm busy, I have to go. I have busy life. He will be satisfied with you? Is he going to be happy? Is he going to be pleased with you? You have that answer. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us among those who listen to this speech and for the rest of it. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله. الحمد لله وكفى وصلاة وسلاما على عباده الذين اصطفى أهل الصفا والوفا. اللهم صل وسلم وزد وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. The fourth advice, learn your deen. It is too embarrassed that you don't know how to pray, you don't know how to make wudu, you don't know how to straighten the robes during salah. Ask yourself, how well do I recite the Quran? Do you recite the Quran? How well, how many surahs you memorize? How many hadith you know from the Sunnah? How many Islamic books you finished reading? Ask yourself this question and you will find your head will be low in shame. The fifth advice, validate their questions and concerns. Instead of shutting them out or saying him, you will understand once you grow up. No, validate their concerns and questions. The sixth advice, leading by example. If you are an example for them, then they will have example to follow the rest of their life. Example of love, example of compassion, example of how to deal with friends, how to deal with the community, how to deal with non-Muslims, how to deal with your neighbors. If you did that, they will be protected, inshallah. Imam Ghazali used to say what? إِنَّ النَّاسَ يَتَعَلَّمُونَ بِأَعْيُنِهِمْ. People learn with their eyes, لَا بِآذَانِهِمْ, not with their ears. Actions speaks louder than words. One action is better than 1,000 words. So lead them by example. Last advice is the social support system within the community. Social support system within the community. The companions narrated to us that the Prophet ﷺ commanded them with 7 things. اتباع الجنائز, following the janazah. تشميت العاطس, if someone sneezes, say the dua that comes, that follows. إبرار القسم, if someone had an oath, help him to fulfill that oath. نصر المظلوم, supporting those who are oppressed. عون الضعيف, supporting those who are weak and poor. إفشاء السلام, say salam to everyone, whether you know or you don't know him. By doing these things, you are making a social support system within the community. I will conclude with the historical statement of Umar radiallahu anhu. He was going to take the keys of the Masjid al-Aqsa. He has to take turn with his servant on the mule, the animal that they had. They passed by Maldi River, and his cloth has many patches. Abu Ubaidah, the leader of the army at this time, Abu Ubaidah ibn Jarrah, once he saw him, he was shocked. O Amir al-Mu'mineen, are you going to meet the royals like that? Umar told him, Abu Ubaidah, I wish anyone else other than you said that. Why? نحن قوم أعزنا الله بالإسلام. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala honored us with Islam. فإن ابتغينا العزة في غيره, if we seek any honor other than Islam, أذلنا الله, Allah will humiliate us. Didn't you see this humiliation today? We need to revive our identity. We need to walk Islam. We need to talk Islam. People should see Islam in our eyes. People should see Islam in our tongues. People should see Islam in our actions. Blending in and melting in the pot is not a solution. Standing out and distinguish yourself is the solution. It is your choice at the end. If you refuse to wake up in the morning and smell the coffee, Dunkin' Donuts is still going to sell the coffee. If you refuse to wake up in the morning and smell the coffee, Starbucks is still deboxing. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to awaken our hearts. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us among those who listen to the speech and form the best of it. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to return our identity back to us. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us among those who listen to the speech and form the best of it. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the ability to practice. اللهم اغفر لنا وارحمنا اللهم اغفر لنا وارحمنا عافنا واعف عنا تجاوز عن سيئاتنا اللهم تجاوز عن سيئاتنا اللهم ردنا الى دينك ردا جميلا اللهم ردنا الى دينك ردا جميلا اللهم بارك لنا في اولادنا وبناتنا وشبابنا اللهم اجعلهم من الصالحين يا رب العالمين فانت ولي ذلك والقادر عليه اللهم اجعلهم قرة عين لنا يا رب العالمين اللهم اشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين اللهم اشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين اللهم اشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين واخر دعوانا ان الحمد لله رب العالمين واقم الصلاه. الله اكبر الله اكبر اشهد ان لا اله الا الله اشهد ان محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاه حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاه قد قامت الصلاه الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله. Stood. Straight the line. Fill the gaps. Stood. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح رأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا. الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today's Asr prayer will be at 2:53 p.m. inshallah in 13-14 minutes inshallah. So if you want to stay with us and pray after Jama'ah inshallah. The ISW member position is open for board of trustees. Please nominate an ISW member for the position. You have until Sunday, December 8th to submit your nominees. ISW Boys Youth Group will meet tomorrow at 11 a.m. for some sport activity until Dhuhr. After the Dhuhr prayer, the event for tomorrow is going to be outside for the bowling lanes. That's correct. At the North Rock Lane. Sorry, the announcement is now updated. Please urge your kids to come at this activity by our youth.